friend of mine who is a Christian was actually having a discussion with me about, and she was describing how in Christianity, life is characterized as a place of suffering. This world is a place of suffering. And we were discussing this, and I explained to her, and I think it's a good reminder for all of us, that Islamically, this life is not, is not characterized as suffering. You know, yes, there will be suffering in this life. You know, there are good times and there are bad times. However, in Islam, this life is characterized as being a test, a test. I think that's hugely empowering if you think about it. It's more empowering than suffering, because suffering, you know, it kind of denotes that there's nothing you can do about it, right? There's an element of like doom and gloom and lack of optimism in that. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, He says, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Allah tells us in Surah Baqarah that we, as in Allah, we will of a surety test you. We will of a surety test you with something of hunger and loss of wealth, loss of the work of your efforts, you know, the fruit of your efforts, loss of lives, fear, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. All of these things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test us with. And then He says, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, and give glad tidings to those who have patience, who patiently persevere. Those who, when a calamity hits them, when something difficult, when this test hits them, they say, indeed to Allah we belong and to Him we shall return. In other words, they remind themselves that this life isn't forever, that I've got to live my life in the best way I can and respond to this calamity in the best way I can so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with me. And brothers and sisters, sabr, this word, you know, sometimes we think of it as a passive word. We think patience means being passive, passively accepting whatever happens. But actually, it's a very active word. It means steadfastness. It means holding firm. It actually means that you carry on obeying Allah no matter what is happening. And it means you carry on staying away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's prohibitions no matter what is happening. And that's true sabr, isn't it? Sabr isn't just about sitting back. It's about doing your best, but carrying on, not losing hope, and continuing on the straight path to the best of your ability.